Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Sessions at Creative Space, and this is our first episode with Jason Magbanua. Hi Jason!
Hey, hey.
So,
First episode.
yes, I will let you introduce yourself. So please introduce yourself to us.
Okay. My name is Jason Magbanua. I'm a wedding videographer. I am very happy and proud to tell people that I have been doing this for 25 years.
Wow.
Like, 2 3 years ago, I'd always say I would round up to 20. I would round up to whatever number, but like 2025. This is the year. 25 years of doing wedding videos. It's a great ride, great journey, and still enjoying it, actually.
So can you tell us how you started in this industry?
Okay. Since I have been doing this for a long time, I've also been asked that question like several times already, like ad nauseum, right? But the short of it is I was a teacher in Lucena City, and then I was asked by my students if I wanted to make a wedding video for their big brothers, big sisters, because I was teaching videography, broadcast, radio, video. I said yes. I charged 5,000 pesos.
What year was this?
This was probably 97.
Okay.
97, 98. I enjoyed what I did. I filmed on high 8 cameras, edited on an SVHS and VHS, delivered on a VHS tape, and I put the label, put the graphic, submitted it. They loved it. And I said, oh, this is something I can do on the side while I teach, until the time that, hey, I was doing more videos than I was teaching. I was absent ako na absent, no? So parang medyo nagigilty na ako. I said, okay, let me try my hand at making wedding videos. Because number one, maganda yung kita niya for me, no? Because being a private school teacher for college people, college students around that time, probably take home ko mga 12,000, right? But then I was charging 5,000 to 7,000 for that, and I needed the money. I had a growing family. I was gonna have my firstborn at that time. Said, okay, let me do wedding video full time, and there was no turning back since, right? So that's the short of it. Like talagang trabaho, building the company, building, making my videos better, building the brand, putting the name out there. Now, I would like to frame this question. I want this special, I'm as a person who teaches, as a person who always does workshops, I do not like to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I'm gonna frame this question in such a way na ano yung mga problems ko? What are the things that I faced when I was starting out, when I was like beginning, right? Okay. And
It was very different.
oh, it's so different. And I would love for the people who are listening right now, we have a live audience, right? We have a live audience, and I want these people to ask questions later, no? But I'll frame, when I was starting out like 25 years ago, I wanted to frame these in certain problems that I had and things that I did to overcome them. All right. I think yung number one ko is, first problem is doing everything by myself. Okay? Which means that it's a mindset of, I guess, being an artist. I did everything. And when I say did everything, that means shooting and preparing what I needed for the shoot, actual shooting, backing up, and then editing, and then delivering. Like literally delivering. Like wala namang Grab nung time na yun. No, I would take a taxi, go somewhere to deliver. And that's just like the actual production. But I would also take care of the marketing. I would take care of calling the clients. I would take care of just setting up the meetings.
It
and
was
the
basically
accounting.
a one-man team.
It's a one-man show, I guess. And it's okay. Because I guess a lot of people start that way.
Yes.
Right? A lot of people start that way. But sooner or later, I think you will be asked the question of, do you want to grow this business?
Yes, correct.
And it's a very difficult decision because some of us are hobbyists. Some of you outside there, and people who are going to listen to this podcast, some of you are hobbyists who want to earn a little bit of cash on the side. Now, I'm going to tell all the people who are going to listen to this, who are listening, that not everybody should become a professional, right? If you have a hobby and you earn cash from that side, that's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
Go stick to your day job.
Yeah.
Go stick to your day job and have this side gig.
It's like a
right?
side income.
Exactly.
Or racket.
Racket siya, di ba? Because the moment that you make this into a full-time thing
You
and
need-
forget your day job,
Mhm.
and parang sobrang seryoso na dapat to,
It
right?
needs commitment.
It needs commitment. It needs like a 24/7 like attention.
Yes.
And it's not something na madali.
Mhm.
Because not everybody is taught or have the skills to be an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
right?
That's
So
correct.
if you're a hobbyist, like just take a moment, pause, and make sure na this is the correct thing that you're doing. Okay? So dati, when I was doing workshops or mga lectures sa mga estudyante, no?
Yeah.
Grabe, ano mo ang pinaka-generic na na advice na binibigay ko? Follow your passion.
Mm.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
napakadaling sabihin yan. Sobrang daling sabihin. Follow your passion, right? The money will follow.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But the bitter truth is, even if you have the most passion or the most passion in the world, sometimes the money will not follow.
And it will not always go your way.
Yeah, hindi talaga,
Diba?
hindi talaga. So, that's the thing. So that's why when it was a one-man show, like me doing everything, there came to a point na parang, okay, I need to delegate na. And that means super serious na to. That individual effort will become a group effort, magiging kumpanya na siya.
So it's like turning passion into business.
Correct. And not everybody, I was not equipped
Yeah.
because I never took business courses or marketing courses. A lot of that was studied on the fly lang.
Mhm.
Books, wala pa naman
Wala pa YouTube nun.
wala pa internet pare. Internet dati nun,
Yeah,
ang gamit mo pa nun yung
Dial-up, ISP Bonanza.
Oo, ISP Bonanza, 100 hours
Yeah.
for 100 pesos. And our email addresses were perhaps Hotmail
Yeah, Hotmail.
and
Edsa
Yehey
Mail.
and Edsa Mail.
Yeah.
Right.
Pero like
You're showing your age, pare.
Oo nga eh.
I am showing mine too.
It's okay. So you were telling nga na from passion it becomes a business. But of course, when it was still a passion, you were handling everything.
Yes.
And now you had to delegate everything. So how did that feel?
Ang hirap. Kasi nung simula ako, parang feeling ko, baby ko to, akin to, I need to do everything. The moment that I let go of something, it's not mine anymore.
Yeah.
That is pag looking back, parang that's dumb. That's dumb, no? Looking back. But if you're young and you're like really passionate about what you want to do, and then napaka-idealistic mo, pero ako una magsasabi, hindi mo kaya lahat.
Yes.
Hindi mo kaya lahat gawin. Kailangan mo mag-delegate. The very first thing I did was hire an editor. Because alam mo naman, sa editing ka mababaon. Pag
Yes.
wedding videos, no? Mababaon ka talaga. You needed to find somebody who can help edit. Here's the thing that I also realized. Hindi ako makakahanap na kasinggaling ko.
Mhm.
Never talaga, no? Nobody can edit the way that I edit because I'm an individual with my own sets of skills, right? So kailangan makahanap ako ng at least, ito yung mindset walang 100% na katulad ko. Tingin ko kung makahanap ka ng 85%, pwede na yun. Pwede na yun. Tapos kung makakahanap ka maraming 85%, the best yun.
Yes.
Of course, ang pinakamasaklap doon, no? Parang, pag business owner ka na, oh shoot, magpapasweldo na ako. Yan, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, yun yung to earn money, you gotta spend money.
Yeah, and actually you gotta learn to delegate your stuff and not micromanage everything. Kasi ang hirap pag artist ka parang, yun nga, like you said, baby ko to, kailangan ganito yung way. But you need to adjust working with others. That's what you need to learn. Diba?
Correct. So when I hit that crossroad, you know, parang, okay, is this just a hobby? Is this a hobby that I want to make side cash out of? Or is this something I want to go deep, like full into, right? So, yun, seryoso ko talaga because nag-quit na ako sa day job ko noon And that's always a question that I've been asked when I do lectures then. Sir, should I quit my day job? Like, wait, di ba?
Yeah.
Isipin mo, wala ka SSS, wala ka pag-ibig, wala ka you have to pay all of that yourself, wala kang health insurance. You gotta like think it over.
I think they should understand yung difference of being a business as a studio as to versus being a freelancer.
Correct.
Mm.
And I know a lot of freelancers na they're living the life.
Yes.
Na parang, okay, hey, you need me at this date? You need me on this date? Okay, book it.
Yeah.
And then after the shoot, wala na.
Tapos na.
Oo.
Tapos they compute it na parang, ito, this month, nakiritong shoots ako, mas malaki pa yung kinakita ko
Ang
monthly.
linis. O wala ka iniisip sa marketing,
Yeah.
wala ka iniisip sa kliyente, customer relations.
But that only happens during the months na talagang.
Correct.
So, for the long term, medyo mahirap. But that's for another topic.
Yes. Okay, I got another second problem when I was starting out.
Go ahead.
I was always being compared to people who were already existing. And it fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
You can delete, you can bleep that later if necessary.
Yeah.
But I dislike, as an artist, as a proud person, I dislike being compared to other people. And it's something that I tell people again, ganun talaga eh. Ganun ang nature ng clients minsan, lalo na yung mga insensitive clients. Pwede bang, I like your work at mura ka.
Pero
Pwede bang gayahin mo to?
Yeah.
Of course, over the years, pabawas na
Yeah.
yan. Pero nung pinagdaanan ko yan, parang, sakit. Sakit talaga.
Parang you're hiring me for my craft.
Oo, but it turns out you're hiring me for my price.
Yes.
And does it still happen now? Wait, does it very, very rarely?
They treat it maybe as a peg.
Very, very occasionally, but still ako, I educate, like I've written so many things about this. I tell people or clients na parang, hey, if you got somebody na parang, look at his body or her body of work and then get from that. Na parang, hey, this is what resonates with me. This is what I like. And maybe you can like focus on these. Instead of pulling out a video coming from another company and say, hey, pakigaya to. Or like, eto gusto ko.
But how do you think you others feel na, oy, kaya mo bang gawin yung parang Jason Magbanua?
Hindi ko na problema yun. Hindi. Gets ko yan.
Yeah.
Ano tawag doon? Di ba?
Parang,
champagne dreams on a beer budget, no?
At saka kasi parang, okay, we don't have this budget, but parang, baka kaya mo parang Jason Magbanua style.
Okay. Wala lang ako, ang mga advice ko na lang dyan, at least doon sa mga couples na mga nagsasabi na parang try to avoid it. Avoid it. Maybe you can do adjectives, no, which will best describe the kind of work, the kind of wedding video that you want, instead of straight out, because it's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful to the artist, and you don't want to start the working relationship in that manner.
Yes, that's correct.
Yun.
So,
and my last, I guess, would be early problems, beginning problems, charging too low.
Actually, that's a big issue right now. Right at this time.
Alam mo, it's 25 years. I don't think it ever changes. No, the problems never change. Charging too low. Umaalis na mga tao.
Yeah.
Okay, so like charging too low, I think I've always people would always like, hey, Sir Jason, gawa ka ng standardized rate.
Yeah.
I always I always say no to that because I believe it's a free market. You charge whatever you want to charge, right? If you're a rich kid and you have all the equipment and you don't really need this, well, diba? Mag-charge ka kung anong gusto mo.
Yes.
Hindi ako naniniwala na yung parang pinapatay mo yung market because it's always been like this 25 years ago.
Yes, like you said, diba? Yung una mong wedding was 5,000 pesos.
I'm sure people hated me.
Yeah.
But it's what I felt I could charge.
And if you compare it to costs of production before, that
layo.
was like barya.
Tsaka, nakiki-edit lang ako sa school na tapos yung camera ko, akit, tapos yung isa inihiram ko. Sobrang walang problema. Ang baba ko ng cost ko doon. Time lang eh.
Yeah.
But then, it is up to you as the business person, as the creative entrepreneur to realize na, okay, I need to raise my prices.
Yes.
At paano mo maiisip to? Okay, maiisip mo na, ay, ang mahal pala ng bayad sa tao. Ay, dapat pala pina-factor in ko kung magkano yung FX3 ko. Ay, magkano pa yung ilaw ko. At yung transportation ko papuntang Tagaytay. Na parang, ibubook ko to, ililibre ko yung out-of-town fee para lang mabook ako sa Boracay or sa Tagaytay. Para in the end, ikaw yung talo kasi gagastos ka ng 7,000, 5,000 sa gas o kaya 15,000 sa flights. Sobrang talo ka na. People will realize this, and I hope they realize this early, but they will realize this on their own.
Correct.
Because you, as a business owner, you know that you cannot really lowball forever.
Yes.
You have a set rate and
Mhm.
you have to keep to that because kung hindi, your business will go down.
Because there are bills
go
to
under.
pay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, naniniwala din ako na ang pag-charge, no, itong charging too low and then charging appropriately, it also comes with confidence.
Mhm.
Somewhere along the way, you will realize that, hey, I am good enough.
Mhm.
You value your worth
Mhm.
and that you're able to like parang charge the actual price that you really want to.
Mhm.
And hindi madali yan. Kasi dati ako, hingad ako ng limbawa, may mayamang kliyente. Alam ko naman napakayaman.
Yeah.
Mga kliyente ko mayayaman eh.
Mhm.
Kahit nung simula pa lang.
Mhm.
2002, 2003, up until a certain time. Pag naghingi sa akin ng discount, ay, ako, okay, sige po. Okay, sige po.
Parang
Alright.
bibigay ka ng price
Oo.
tapos yung discount.
Gusto nyo libreng photo montage? Okay. Walang out of town fee? Okay, sige. Okay. So, yung lahat bigay talaga. And because I was unsure of what I was creating.
Was it also your building your portfolio and para acquisition stage?
It was more, it was that. And at
Mhm.
the same time, parang feeling ko, parang masyadong mahal lang 25,000.
But you were comparing it to yung means mo.
Correct.
Kasi you're not really comparing it to their means as
Yes.
silang
So, yung parang yung value ko sa sarili ko.
Mhm.
And yun, confidence build. Kailangan yung pag-build mo ng confidence, like along the way, yan, slowly and surely, na, to a point na parang, dadating ka sa point na, hey Jason, pwede bang bawasan mo ng 10,000 pesos? No.
Mhm.
Like, it's a flat no. It's not disrespectful. It is what it is. Because alam mo na yung cost mo eh. Alam mo na kung ano yung gastos mo. Alam mo kung magkano kikitain mo. So, dun ka.
Mhm.
Yun.
So, yun nga, comparing it to yung industry now and before, yung difference ng equipment actually, yung price ng equipment is far, far from like 25 years ago. Parang you had to really invest like literally hundreds of thousands or millions to acquire equipment.
Correct.
So right now, bumababa yung prices and equipment, which is actually good
It's
for
good.
everyone. There's
Democratizing.
and there's more competition. But along with that, as you said, maraming hobbyists na offering their service and maybe undercutting themselves, not really considering yung cost na inaano nila. So, what do you think is yung biggest difference ng treatment noon sa ngayong mga creatives at this present time na mas accessible yung technology?
Okay. I think it's great
Yeah.
for the creative community in general,
Mhm.
right? And this is a creative space. And
Mhm.
I think we go there first rather than talk about money.
Yes.
And I think that's a great thing because media literacy right now, media creation, media production, it's like, for me, all-time high.
Yeah.
The people, like kids, quote
Yes.
unquote, kids who are posting on Instagram, it's like, wow, this is the level of quality that I was doing when I was starting out.
And they were only using for phones.
And phones,
lang.
editing on phones, shooting on phones,
Yeah.
and you have your filters, and you have like, people had no idea how difficult it was to emulate film, but now with a phone and you have all sorts of emulation, and it's like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing because media literacy and media production, I think these are skills that can be, that the kids can be equipped with and they can use and utilize when they're out in the world working na. So I think I absolutely have no problem with that. I actually have a son who studies MMA in Benilde right now, Lucas, like having the time of his life, borrowing my cameras and just like really, he's everyone's, as he always says, he's everyone's favorite Nepo baby. But yeah, he's doing great. He's flourishing. And this is like from all the years of learning how to take photographs.
You were
take
bringing
videos
him with you.
Yeah. When he was free on a weekend and he was like, okay, sama ka. And now he's doing it on his own. So I think that's good. And I think that people who, if they feel that they are, if some people think that they are being undercut by these younger people, I think it's for me, in my own opinion, it's an incorrect mindset.
Yeah.
Because me as a business owner, for example, I've been doing this for 25 years. I do not compete with people who are 2 years in or even 5 years in. At 25 years, I should be like at a level where I'm competing with people around who are at around the same time, who have been established already.
Because you've been there through all these years to gain that confidence and to be
Exactly.
established.
I mean, if I kung mamroblema ako sa lahat ng mga tao na, uy, ang galing nito, and like 3 years in, 5 years in, tapos mamroblema ako doon, parang I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
Because I should be self-assured. I should be confident na at this point in time, if I'm still like obsessing over people who are charging 25,000 or even 50,000 pesos, that should not be my market. It
Yes.
should, and I should be taking I should put my my thinking and my focus on something else other than that.
And I think they should look back if it's really passion or is it really a commitment? Because if you're starting with passion, you should be ready to fight from the ground up until it becomes a commitment and a business and you're confident enough to parang charge more and know your worth.
Correct.
Diba?
So ano yan? Again, confidence building.
Yeah.
Confidence building from the start. Alam mo na, okay, gumagaling ka eh.
Mhm.
Gumagaling ka. That's why you need to up it a little bit more until you find a sweet spot.
Mhm. So right now, you've been doing this for 25 years. But what keeps you pushing and keep getting inspired in doing what you do? It's been 25 years. Don't you parang feel yung burnout or something?
Okay. So I think the question boils down to inspiration. What inspires me, right? First, let me say that burnout is a real thing, right? Burnout is a real thing. It's something that I have to deal with. It's something that like it's very real as an artist, right? Because I would like to think that I'm not just churning out stuff that
You're not just
para
a
lang.
factory.
Di ba? Parang I would like to think that. That's why over the years I've really maintained that okay, I'll take just one wedding a day,
Mhm.
right? But very, very practical example, no. That's why I was crazy to schedule this on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
I've been shooting and I've been filming a wedding since Friday.
Wow.
So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Mhm.
Friday. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, I have something on Monday. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't, I have to
And
go
thank
to
you
that.
for making
Oh,
time.
no, it's like this has been a long time coming,
Yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
tagal na, and it's like, okay, let's do this. We
Yeah.
gotta set a date.
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And when you look at it, parang sa simula, like maybe like 2 months back, parang wow, look at all that money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then comes Friday night and then gabi ka uwi. And then Saturday medyo tanghali na parang wow, pagod ako ah. Parang okay, saan ako huhugot ng inspiration,
Yeah.
saan ako huhugot, no? And tapos biglang meron ka pa pala linggo. Meron pa pala linggo. Okay. So, okay. The usual, okay, I wouldn't say cliche, but okay, kasama pa rin to, no? Immerse yourself in other arts, music videos, films, graphic design, paintings, classical art. A week ago, I caught the 10th year anniversary of Interstellar with my son. IMax, of course. It's a beautiful, mind-blowing. Nolan, GOAT, right? Parang it enriches your soul, right? And it may not have a 1:1, like 1:1 inspiration na parang, ay, nakita ko yun, gagawin ko yun. No, it's just like, it's art. It's consuming art.
It's like reminding you of why you're here.
Correct, right? Okay. So yan yung isa. Yan yung parang, okay, like inspire and immerse yourself in art and then it will flow out, right? And I've been talking about this like to like people within the company. It's like, okay, why do we do what we do? Why do we still like push and why do we want to make people happy? Okay? And at the same time, because yung art naman namin kasi paid art yan eh.
Yeah.
No? It's not pure art, right? Paid art. We get paid to do what we do. And I think one of the driving forces that really always stick to our minds, no? And I always remind this to the people is that our clients deserve the best.
Yes.
And I think that is motivation enough, right? Na parang wala silang pakialam kung third day na ng shoot to. Because it's on you. It's on you na tumanggap ka ng ganyang karaming shoot, right?
Yeah.
Wala silang pakialam and they're oblivious to that fact. They booked you.
Because they believe in you.
They believe in you. You have that name. You have that cachet all over the years built over 2 decades and a half na parang
They're building that trust.
exactly. Binigyan ka ng trust. This is like ang tagal mo na nag-wedding, 25 years. Ito first wedding nila. And iisipin mo at the back of your mind, Sir Jason, oh my God, high school pa lang, gusto na kitang i-book. Parang,
Wala pa akong jowa, ibubok na kita.
Oo, no? Makes you talagang reminds you of how old you are, no?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I didn't hear to hear that, but thank you for saying that. So when you put that trust and say na parang, hey, di ba, parang you, like, ikaw, you deserve the best. You deserve the best from my efforts and my team's effort. And we're gonna make sure you're taken care of. So that drives us. I think that's like inspiration talaga. That drives us, like how clients believe in us,
Mhm.
because we're not cheap. We're
Yeah,
not cheap at
yeah.
all. So parang okay, we gotta make the most out of it.
And it's not bad for us to be charging high because, of course, it took years of work, well, blood, sweat, and tears, literally, and letting go of yung old job mo,
I
old
would never
life mo.
feel guilty about charging this much. I would
Yes.
never feel guilty. And before I would, but
Mhm.
now parang I deserve this.
Yeah.
I deserve this.
Pero like, let me give you a medyo question na iba. If you weren't a wedding videographer, what would you have been?
I'd probably be a teacher.
Really?
I'd probably be a teacher. I'd
Well, you
probably
were a
I was.
teacher.
I'd probably continue to be teaching.
Mhm.
I love it.
Mhm.
What else? I'd probably also be in maybe a different kind of media production,
Mhm.
maybe. And yun yung skills ko eh. AB communications ako sa school eh. So
Mm.
parang sobra ako enjoy eh. Sobra ako
Mm.
enjoy with imaging.
Mm.
And at the same time, yung pagiging teacher ko naman biglang aksidente lang naman yun, no.
Mhm.
So but then I really enjoyed it. So that's why I stuck to it for 5 years.
And this question naman, very common to. And I know you've answered this several times. They say you're the father of SDE. So, do you think you're the father of SDE, or
Okay.
how did that come about?
All right.
Actually,
Okay. Let me be. I don't like it. Let me be the first to
Kasi
tell you
when
that
you
I
say
don't like it. It's like people
Parang-
call me like father. Like,
Parang-
come on.
ginagawa ka ng sobrang tanda para.
Well, yes, in that way, yes. And it's like parang. I don't want to take credit for it. No, I don't want to be known as like for same day edits.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to be known for that.
Mhm.
You know, maybe I was one of the first to do that. Maybe I was like the first one of the first to like, okay, paano natin magagawa ito in such a short amount of time? Paano natin mapapaganda to? And at the same time, like this would become a marketing thing. Like people would
Yep.
be able to watch our videos, no? Okay. First, let's just figure out what this same day edit thing is first, no? Okay. Same day edit essentially is that you put together the clips of the wedding and show it at the reception, right?
Mhm.
Very, very, however complex, however simple, however long or short
Yeah.
it is. But the point of the same day edit, and this is how important it is to wedding videography in the Philippines and in the world in general, is that people were able to see how beautiful a wedding video could be.
Yes.
Because prior to that, nobody knew what a wedding video looked like because nobody was able to watch it.
Plus, you see all the sides of the wedding.
Correct.
Parang bride side and
Yeah.
all that side.
Because before, the delivery was a year after.
Mhm.
And they would deliver on a VHS tape and nobody would watch it. Nobody would watch it
Yeah.
because only the couple got it.
Mhm.
And there was no watch party. There was no
Mhm.
internet. There was no nothing. Now, meron kang isa ngayon piece. You have a 3-minute video. And people were able to get that right away after the wedding. And, you know, if you have a Chinese wedding or a big wedding, you had at least 500 people transfixed on a screen.
Mhm.
And so parang, wow, pwede palang ganung music, pwede
Mhm.
palang ganung transition, pwede palang mag-slow-mo.
And ganun pala
And this
nangyari
was
doon.
novel.
Yeah.
This was novel at that time because nobody knew what happened wherever at this part, that there was a...
Basically, they get the other point of views of other
Exactly.
people.
And then when they saw that parang a wedding video could be beautiful, that's when the wedding videography industry of the Philippines
Mhm.
really grew.
Question. Your first SDE, was that analog?
It was analog. So
how
I
was
shot
the,
on
how was the experience?
I shot
Oh
on
my
Super
God.
8. I
Mhm.
shot on Super 8. Oh, not Super 8, High 8.
Mhm.
I shot on High 8, 3 cameras. I think my second camera was a digital 8.
Yeah.
Digital 8.
And then you had to manually.
Yeah, I had to
Sure.
take it home. I was editing on a Canopus. It's a Canopus Raptor.
Mhm.
That was my video capture card. I had to take it home, put it in a Pentium 3, and then just put it together using Premiere. So
Mhm.
that was the first. So and it was like analog. If I had 1 hour of footage, I had to ingest 1 hour.
How much time did you have that?
Maybe I had 3 hours.
3
3
hours.
hours. Just
But
like
it parang-
cut to cut, konting dissolve, and then
but
sobrang
isn't that
madali
like
yan.
the same amount of time you get right now? 3 hours din halos?
Yes, but you needed more time to capture.
Yeah.
So
So
ngayon
actually-
wala na, mabilis na cards na lang.
So is it easier now?
It's easier and harder. It's easier because you have all the equipment.
Mhm.
Like I'm rocking a very fast computer right now.
Mhm.
And then with all that time, the pressure comes in like how do you make it more creative? So to your question, I wouldn't want to be remembered. Parang for me, same day edit. It's like it's kind of gimmicky.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's very difficult to explain. It's kind of gimmicky, but I don't want to be remembered as a guy who just
Yeah.
just the first to do same day edits. It's like I would rather be remembered for something else.
Thanks for that. We'll discuss other things pa. Pero how was your experience naman here? At Creative
I
Center?
love your studio. CS on CS, right?
Yes.
I love your studio. I love your space, man.
Mm.
I sound so great. I sound so great.
Yes,
That's
parang
my
in
baritone.
the
Like
beginning.
I would love to start a podcast here.
Yeah. Gawin natin yun.
It's very nice.
You can bring in yung other kawork mo
Yeah,
or yung
yeah.
mga clients mo. Question from Neo. So how do you handle creative breakdowns?
Gets ko yan, no? Narinig ko kanina parang what if merong autofocus, mali ang white balance. Okay, gets ko
Yeah.
yan. No? So if I'm the lead shooter or I'm on the floor and I see everything that's happening, actually that's my job to see everything that's happening. And sometimes, of course, like before, I shoot more than I do shoot now, no?
Mhm.
Tapos may mga kapalpakan ako, kaya may mga kapalpakan yung yung mga crew member ko.
Yeah.
Marami pwedeng mangyari. Parang like meron kang autofocus, merong mali yung white balance, merong walang audio, right? Of course, ang pinaka-worst niyan, Neo, yung no, akala mo nagre-record ka, hindi ka naman nagre-record talaga. Parang,
Oh my God.
nangyari na yan.
Yeah.
Corrupted card, lost file, corrupted data, like name it, it's happened to me. Bad audio, bad footage, whatever, kinain na tape.
Mhm. Wow.
Lahat
Okay.
yan. No? Yung data loss. I have learned over the years na parang, okay, for example, nasa ceremony ka, tapos nakalimutan mong pindutin ni record sa opening ng doors.
Mhm.
Right? Nangyayari yan. Tapos biglang, ay, hindi pala nagre-record. Saka ka nagre-record, hahabulin mo na lang. Okay. Madaling mawala ka sa wisyo at hulog eh. At that moment in time, parang, oh my God, sira na ang buong araw ko.
Yep.
Sira na, wala nang igaganda tong araw na to at video na to. And that is very valid because that's how you feel. But I think, Neo, what I would like you to do, like or for the people out there who screw up in shoots, it's like, acknowledge the mistake and move on from it and do better in the succeeding shoots, in the succeeding hours of you working and shooting. Parang move on na. No? Kaharap ko, halimbawa ako, wala naman ako pwedeng sisihin, di ba? O, ako yung hindi nakapag-record, ako yung mag-edit. Nakita ko lang nung, oh my God, hindi pala ako nag-record. Mumurahin ko yung sarili ko. Okay? Magagalit ako sa sarili ko.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a deep breath, couple of deep breaths. I'm gonna take a moment, 1-2 minutes. Okay, wala na tayong magagawa dyan. Paano ko magagawa ng paraan to? Meron ba akong alternative angle?
Mhm.
Ano pwede ko dadayain nito? I move on with the solution and I'm gonna make sure I don't make the same mistake again moving forward or any other
Parang
shoots.
charge to experience, but also take that experience to develop your problem-solving skills.
Definitely. Because if you wallow and you just let it ruin your whole day, you're gonna have a bad time.
Mhm.
Move on from that moment and then make sure that, okay, mag-adapt ka na, gawin mo na and learn from what happened
Mhm.
para maiba naman yung
That's true.
Para ma-improve yung shoot mo the rest of the day.
I think that sets yung difference of being a hobbyist from being a professional. Kasi when you're a professional, you need to treat everything, no matter if it goes your way and doesn't go your way, na, okay, I still need to have an output and I still have to do what I can to have an output. Parang, I can just walk out and just, tapos na, ayoko na.
Yes.
Kasi-
Gawa mo ng paraan. Mas mahirap pala yan kapag crew member mo yung pumalpak.
Yes.
Ano ba? I mean, over the years, I've learned to be kinder, at least, no? Yung siguro kung dati merong isang mura or parang, talaga magagalit ka, parang, andyan na yan eh. Wala ka naman talaga magagawa. Be gentle with your words. Be gentle with how you approach it because all people make mistakes. You can't say na hindi nangyari sa iyan. Nangyari na rin sa iyan.
And I think even yung other crew members or whoever na minsan na pumapalpak to shoot, they shouldn't take it personally.
Totoo naman yan.
Di ba?
Totoo. Trabaho lang.
Walang personalan.
Trabaho lang.
Para after na yan, okay, sige, mag-usap kayo, pero trabaho lang. Ayun
Gusto ko
lang.
lang i-reiterate din na minsan nakakalimot din ako na minsan na parang maging gentle dahil minsan talaga critical. Ano ba naman yan, di ba? Pero after the day, parang okay, magpasensyahan tayo. I'm sorry, medyo may outburst ako, pero let's not let that happen again. Trabaho lang.
Okay, we have a next question. So, nakalagay dito, how can you videographers build a strong portfolio in such a competitive market?
Okay, portfolio muna, no? Okay. I'm assuming you're starting out, wala ka pa masyadong clients. Okay. I think ang una mong kailangan ay kailangan mga kaibigan mo magaganda. Alright?
Okay.
Kung na-establish mo na mga kaibigan mo magaganda at magagandang lalaki, okay, dyan ka na parang, oy, shoot naman tayo ng ng video portraits. O magde-debut ka, shoot ko, demo mo, ako nang bahala. Kahit pre-debut lang. Okay? So at least yung ma-exercise yung creativity mo. But build your network na ganyan. And then make sure that like once the network is expanding, you'll be the first, no? You'll be the first person that they call when they need somebody. And that means also when you build that, I guess ako medyo old school pa rin ako, no? When you build that portfolio, don't stop at social media. Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok. I know by heart that these will help you immensely in spreading your word out, but these are platforms owned by mega corporations that you do not have control over, right? And what does that mean? It means that, simple things like, if the US says that if the US government says I'm going to ban TikTok, that means your whole portfolio is not going to be on TikTok anymore.
So you need to use the other platforms.
Correct, right. And I guess my old school advice is just be ready, just prepare. If you're really serious at this and building your portfolio, you have to have your own .com. You have to have your own website. I don't care if it's WordPress or the other or Wix or Squarespace. Just funnel everything to a legitimate website and a legitimate email address. I'm gonna give you a pass if you're doing Gmail the first 3 years of your business, right? But by the 4th year, you should already be able to have your and own that domain.
Actually, just sharing this experience from us. So, yung IM Rentals, when we had a actual website, that's when it began picking up clients. And yung clients na you think na, it's only in our community, there's actually a bigger community out there. Kasi even if there's Facebook, Twitter, or wherever, everyone still searches at Google.
Correct.
And those who pay actually more search at Google. Kasi yung mismong results doon, hindi naman sa Facebook. Sa Facebook, it's just like, for me, parang labanan lang ng presyo.
Correct. Interesting yan, no? To realize kung saan nanggagaling market mo.
Yeah.
Tama yan. Kasi, kung ako, madalian. Gusto ko madalian, mura, pwedeng tumawad. Facebook market. Carousel, master ako dyan. Punta ako dyan, tatawad ako. But if I want somebody like super legitimate, somebody to take care of my house, like roofing materials or whatever, I'm gonna go do a Google search.
Plus, if you're gonna establish your own website and you put your rates there, they can't really haggle on it.
Correct. That's
There's
why
less haggling.
Yes. That's why me as a videographer, and people can have differing opinions, I've always published my rates. Always. Day one. Because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time na how much po. Hindi. HM po. Paikli na paikli.
Yeah.
No. Check my website. This is published. I don't get na parang please email for rates. Hindi na. That's an extra step. It's an extra step. I don't like that.
Plus, if say, ganito lang yung rate na ganito, well, you don't care. So
Correct.
Because you're actually already, parang napafilter mo na kung sino yung clients na gusto mo.
Yes.
Because they're not hiring you for what you can do, but they're hiring you for your price.
Yes. Which is, I always tell people, if you're doing the long game, you don't want people to hire you because of your price.
Yeah.
You want to be hired because of your style and what you can do.
Yeah. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Ngayon, actually, last question to, and this coming from me. Since we have all these touch and try here in creative space, does equipment matter? Do we always have to have the latest, greatest? Kailangan ba naka-GM ako lagi? Or mag-iiba ba pag naka-Viltrox ako or Samyang?
Okay.
Anong opinion mo doon?
Can you talk for a minute? I'm just gonna pull up a quote. Can you talk for a minute lang?
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up a quote.
Pero actually,
This is like this. I've saved this. And
actually, this is coming from, actually, when you look back, right now we have all these expensive cameras, we have all these FX3s, Blackmagic Reds, but if you look back in time, we used to just shoot from 60D, 5D, and the outputs from that time were they were beautiful. It doesn't matter. Hindi naman nila tinatanong, anong lens ginamit mo dyan? For the client, it was always about the output. But right now, I think maybe it's because of capitalism na rin, na lahat new year, kailangan ko ng bago nito. I need to have the latest and the greatest. But is that what you really need for your type of work?
Okay. I can't. It was distilled in one statement, but I will try to elaborate it because I couldn't find the actual quote. Okay, gato. If you don't know anything, if you don't know anything, walang magagawa sa iyo ang magandang equipment. Walang magagawa sa iyo ang latest and greatest. If you don't have the basics right.
Yes.
Right? But, if you're at that level that you know quite a lot, right? And you're a pro and you're doing this for a living, gear matters.
Yeah.
Gear matters, right?
In the long run.
In the long run,
Yeah.
yes. But, if you're starting out and you're really not sure if you're making this into the actual business, actual profession, make do with what you have. Make do with, as we said a while ago, like kids that these days, using a phone and using editing software on their phones, like they can do like absolutely fantastic stuff.
So actually, when we had this event here na all these content creators, we asked them to create content just using their phones. Wow, you don't really need to buy
Yes.
the FX or the gimbal or whatnot.
Correct.
But of course, if it's passion turning into commitment and into a business, you need to invest on equipment.
Yes.
But that also doesn't mean that you need to buy the latest and the greatest. Because if the tool works, why would you change?
I also have a suggestion, no? Baka kasi people, because we're in the Philippines, baka ang iniisip ng mga tao, ang first option parati is a buy kagad. Dito papasok yung IM Rentals. I mean, but manggigigil ka, do you really need an FX3? Do you really need an FX6? You have, let's say, an A67, right? And you have like this one big project or just, 3-4 weddings in the coming months.
Yeah.
Rent.
Yeah.
Right? Rent out and then see if it's for you.
Actually, even at IM Rentals, if I may just say,
Yes.
tuwing may client kami, they always okay, I need this FX3 or FX6. Then I always ask them, what are you going to shoot? Do you really need all these
You're a bad business person.
No,
I'm kidding.
Pero kasi, ang ano namin is client retention.
Correct.
Because of course,
Galing.
if you're going to...
Hindi yung one time, no?
No. Kasi kailangan na lang, even most of our clients, I think this also applies to all the videographers. They need to learn na hindi mo kailangan yung latest and greatest to create something great.
Correct.
Okay? You need to start somewhere. Yes, kung limited yung budget mo, start with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And then, you go towards yung aspirational mo. Okay, A67, punta na akong A7S3. Ito na, meron na. Or FX3. O gaganito, from writing videography, magpipelikula na ako. Tapos may budget na, may financier. Okay, sige, kuha ko ng Red or Blackmagic. But that doesn't mean na doon pa lang sa start, kailangan mo yung latest and greatest kasi you need to learn how to use these tools first to make something great.
Yes.
Yun yung stance ko doon. Kasi, parang ang ganda, yabang factor eh.
Correct.
Yun yung, actually, very innate, I think, sa ating mga Pinoy yan. Yabang factor. Parang, phone pala ako, pare, naka-iPhone ako. Or Samsung ko, Xiaomi ka. Parang ganun, diba? Pero, it's not true when you're already delivering something. Yung output. Kasi it's always the output that matters. And that's what's happening right now. Content is king.
Correct.
It doesn't matter if you use your phone. Malalaman mo bang iPhone 6 lang yung ginamit yan? Hindi. Kasi, ang importante sa mga tao ngayon ay kung ano yung napapanood nila at ano yung ina-absorb nila at kung interesting yung topic.
Yes.
So, medyo umikot nga eh. Di ba tari parang, okay, kailangan commercial.
Super polished,
Yeah. Ngayon parang, kailangan real life.
organic, raw.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yung
Ay-
parang, yun yung content creator, di ba? Yung parang
Yeah.
kailangan totoo.
Even sa wedding, di ba?
That's right.
Nag-iba na ngayon. Meron na yung
Oo.
pound dito. I think yung content creators na yung reels lang.
Yes.
And that's very important to them kasi ang mga tao mas social media na. Yes, they have all the SDEs na they will watch, beautiful, pero dun sa sobrang short attention
Short
span
clips,
ng
no?
tao.
Totoo yan.
Yun ang nila. So, but that doesn't mean na they will parang undermine yung sa wedding videography because yung wedding videography, yan yung core ng buong wedding.
Yes.
Yun, panadiyang memory lang for the day. Pero kung gusto nang babalikan, it's still there.
Talking about tools, when people do the touch and try later, ano makikita nila sa likod?
So sa likod, meron tayong Blackmagic 12K. 1.2 million yung pare.
Yun yung Pixis.
Hindi,
Hindi
yung
ba-
pa yung 12K. Yung Cine.
12K,
Cine
okay.
12K. There's
Okay.
also the Pixis, the
What
small
is that
one.
what they call it? 12K?
Yeah, Blackmagic Cine 12K.
Okay.
Bako,
One
makapagalitan
point-
ako ni Blackmagic nito. Pero tama, Blackmagic Ursa
1.2 million pesos.
or more.
Okay, or
Plus
more.
taxes.
Okay.
Pero, but it's at par or better than Ari.
Okay.
Okay. So parang, why rent or shoot an ad? We can buy one.
Okay.
Parang ganun. But we also have the red Komodos at the
Mhm.
back. And we also have the Sony FX3, FX6. Actually, this parang matry nila kung ano yung, do I really need this camera?
I saw that you have the Pixis as well.
Yes.
So tell me
that's-
about the Pixis.
The Pixis, well, it's a box type camera right now. Hindi ako masyadong updated, pero alam ko 6K siya. And I think yung menu niya, iba na, and yung form factor niya. Actually, mas may explain ni Bernard yun.
Okay,
doon sa
okay.
likod. So we have a representative from Blackmagic and Blacksight.
So
na-
parang ang papalitan niya, Ursa, yung mga
I
ganon.
think yung mga pocket.
Okay.
Yun ang
okay.
papalitan niya.
Our good friend Bernard Dacanay is here.
Yes.
The owner of Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Okay,
yeah.
no less. No less.
So kung marami kayong gustong itanong kay Bernard, nandyan din siya sa labas.
Kasi meron siyang mga cook mini,
meron siyang mga cook.
SPL Prime,
Yes.
right? Okay. Ikaw, wala ka nun?
Well, actually, partnered kami nila. So
Oo.
actually, whatever you can rent from them, you can rent from us.
Pare, that's
Vice versa.
200,000 per lens.
Yes.
That small thing.
Pero imagine mo ngayon, no? Umabot na sa isang lens ng GM ngayon. Nasa 120.
Yes. Yes.
Diba?
Ang mahal ng
Diba?
51.2.
Yeah. Yung pala, and 700, 200, 135, 150.
Very
So,
expensive.
pero mababawi ba nila yon? Kailangan ba nila yon?
So, yung thought na, shit, meron ako, pero
yes, parang,
magandang question parati yan. Mababawi ko ba to?
well, from you, yes, I think mababawi. Kasi it's a business.
Totoo yan.
It's a
Pero
business.
sobrang matipid na ako sa ganyan. Parang
Mm.
parati ko iniisip, do I really need this? Do I really need this? And it's always a question.
So, okay, actually sobrang haba na ito natin.
Okay,
We were
good.
enjoying, pero any last parang
Okay, it's
inspirational words for actually all the creatives, not just wedding videographers,
Okay.
coming from you.
First, I would like to tell people that this year is going to be a long celebration for 25 years. We're doing so many things. We're doing merch. We're doing a lot of guesting for podcasts. We have workshops. The next one will be on February 13. I'm going to be with Jaja Samaniego. It's going to be at Galian near Resorts World. It's a full day masterclass for weddings. Jaja, excellent photographer. It's Sony sponsored. It's free. So I'd like to invite people who have not yet signed up, and it's gonna be nice. And then mid-year, we're gonna gun for an exhibit for that 25 years. So it's
Wow.
gonna be fun.
Maybe you can hold it here.
Yeah, let's maybe
Yeah.
yes. Thank you for offering, but we'll keep that in mind. And I'm just happy to be doing what I love to do for the past 25 years, and I guess doing things like these are, it's giving back to the community. So like always, anytime you invite, let's do it.
What do you think yung pinaka what are you most proud of with the 25 years?
Okay. I think it's really, more than the work that we do, it's being able to build a community,
Mhm.
right? The way that the wedding videography community also like relate to each other, how they help out other wedding videographers. I think it's really something to be proud of, and being able to build that community and starting that, it's something to be really really proud of.
Oh, okay. May pahabol lang daw na question. Okay. As an editor, how does Jason decide what to highlight and what's important?
Fantastic question. Okay, so right now at this stage of my career in life, I'm really more of an editor than a shooter. And I think my answer to that is that, okay, I make wedding videos. So it's very, very important for me to be able to meet the couple, to meet the couple before the wedding day. I need to find out what they're about, what they listen to, what their Spotify playlist is, what they binge on, how they got together. Really small talk. Like for a sliver of time, for a moment of time, we're best friends. And that's a skill. That's a skill without sounding like a job interview. Without sounding like, how did you guys meet? Yung ganon. You have to interject that into conversation, in the meeting, as if they're the most important people to you at that moment in time. And you're the most interested and the most curious person about how they got together. And it's a skill. It's a skill. Now, after that meeting, I am now able to make the correct choices. Okay, the correct choices when I do the edits, because I know more about them. What do I show versus what I do not show? I show emotion, I show moments more than objects, for example. That's a key difference. Like, you will find very, very little, or like a very small sample size of footage of objects in my edits. I only use that to break stuff into chapters, or like parang, okay, this is a reset in like what I want you to see. One ring shot, that's it. One invitation shot, maybe perhaps the flowers. Gown, hardly. No more gowns. I don't like showing gowns in mannequins. We will shoot that, but I will not put that in the edit. I would rather put like people like interacting with each other, saying hi, saying hello. I want to show emotion more than inanimate objects. So that's very clear. Very
It's
clear.
more of yung life.
Correct.
With the wedding.
Correct.
So thank you. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. This is not the last.
Yes. Baka okay. Nasa labas. Magkaka-PVM sessions ba?
Dapat meron yan this year. This
Tapos
year yan.
this year.
Oo. Kung hindi man tuloy ng mga the usual gang who do it, or I think magkakaroon, pero I think I wanna have something of my own. Na parang okay, like a get together eyeball 25th anniversary thing. And that's exactly, I kind of, it slipped my mind that you're part of the community like that, because na parang it is a great community talaga.
Yeah,
it's a
it
great
is.
community.
Thank you. Thank you and bye. Thank you, guys.